I think of you. The Urban Peasant is brought to you by Whirlpool Home Appliances. A job well done. The Dairy Farmers of Canada, bringing something good to the table.
Hi. We're going to do vegetables. I'm just having my breakfast. Okay, now, we're going to cook vegetables today, all right? No messing. It's not your usual green vegetables. I hate green vegetable stuff. We're going to do something called a gratin. Very fancy name for stuff cut up very quickly and put in the oven. Now, what we're going to do, start off with the most classic of them all, is a tomato gratin. And what you do, it's so easy, it's ridiculous. You get some olive oil in a dish, all right? You put in a little bit of olive oil in each of these dishes. This is like feeding the three bears, except that they were all exactly the same size, all right? So there we are, a little bit of olive oil in there. Tomato gratin, we cut the tomatoes crosswise, and there you go. And just lay them in the bowl. Bit more, just lay them in there. A little bit of salt over the top, not too much. Another tomato, put it on top, just like that. What else do you need? A little bit of onion. Now it doesn't matter, brown one, white one, red one, it doesn't matter, all right? So we'll take a white one to start with, just cut it thin. If you want the onion to cut easily, cut a little bit off the bottom, then it doesn't roll about. And nobody's going to notice that your onion rings have got a little bit off the edge. So just put that on there like that. And put another slice of tomato on the top. This is a tomato gratin. Don't forget this word. There'll be a test afterwards. Somebody will phone you. And if you can't spell gratin, you're in trouble. Right. That's all there is to it. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, tomato gratin. Put a little bit more olive oil in if you want to. Put some breadcrumbs on top if you want to. And if you want to be absolutely spectacular, put a bit of cheese on top. This is Parmesan. All right. But if you don't want to use Parmesan, well, we'll use something else next time. Let's do a zucchini gratin. This time, just for fun, we'll just put the onions in the bottom first. All right. Put the onions in there. Zucchini. Cut the zucchini into slices. And fresh vegetables have got all kinds of nice juices in them. So you don't have to put any liquid in there. Just put the zucchini gratin. You want to do zucchini and tomato gratin? Okay. Cut up with tomatoes since you got them here. Like that. You want to make this into a gratin of zucchini, yellow zucchini and green one? Well, okay. Just cut it up. There. There's the slices. Put them all together in the dish. Lay them out a little bit. A little bit of salt. Got to do that to suck the juice out. A little bit of salt, a bit of pepper. Away you go. Like that. This time, cheese. All right. What does it do with that grater? There. Here we go. This is cheddar cheese. It's okay. Put the cheddar on first instead of the breadcrumbs on first. Now put the breadcrumbs on. Just like that. All right. You want to put a little bit of butter on top? You can put butter on there. What else are we going to do? What else have we got here? Let's do this nice red onion. We'll cut that little bit off so it stands still. See? And see how nice, when you slide the knife, see how thin it will make things go. And it never hurts. It never hurts to have a bit of extra onion. So even right now, you can always, all it is vegetables sliced up with a little bit of seasoning in there. Now, you want some flavoring. What are we going to put in there? Oh, we're going to do a mix. Let's do a zucchini one. This time we'll do it slightly differently. Just to show you that when you're going to bake them, it doesn't matter what you do. onions, olive oil, onions. What else have we got? Garlic. We want some garlic to put in with this one. Squash it, just chop it up. Put it in the dish. This is a good spicy one. You want a spicy one? Put in a red pepper. Just put it in the middle and let the juices come out of it, all right? Put the tomato on top of it. Tomatoes have got more juice than anything else. So, whoops. There you are. Always be careful when you're doing vegetables. Not to cut your fingers off because they're vegetable dishes and people might not like it. Tomatoes, zucchini, 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 zucchini. What kind of cheese you want on this one? We'll put the cheese, what we're going to do here. See, I just want to show you that these all are different, but they're all the same. This time we'll put some more slices on top of the cheese, all right? That's all we got to do. A bit more onion. Right, there we go. All right, bit of onion on the top. A few breadcrumbs. A little bit of oil just to finish all of them. Just a little bit on the top, not much. You can put butter on if you want to. It's your decision, not mine. And that's all you got to do. The oven, crank it up to 400 degrees. Take these three. I was only going to do one to start off with. We finished up doing three. Put them in the oven at 400 degrees. I'll be back in 2 minutes, so don't go away. Right, welcome back. Vegetables, all right. Now we've got gratins in the oven. Remember, just simple sliced and baked, and give them a fancy name. Everybody will like it. Now we're going to do an English dish called pan haggerty. Now this is a really nice dish. I want to show you this. This is nice. You have to get potatoes. Now potatoes are the most neglected of all vegetables. They really are. They are very, very good for you. And what we're going to do here is cut this potato into about, you know, that thick. It's about 1/8 of an inch. What's that? 3 millimeters? Whatever. But there you are. Just cut them up. And if you are lazy, you can cut them up like this. See? 2 at a time. Remember the little tailor, 7 at a blow? Well, this is 2 potatoes at a blow. And all you do, this is a real country dish, and it's wonderful. It's the best thing you can do for when you come in on a fall night. You get potatoes. There you are. Now we've got lots cut up. We might not want. This is how you do it for 2 people. All right. You get a fry pan and about 2 or 3 tablespoonfuls of oil in the fry pan. Just put it in. We're not going to put any butter in this, but if you wanted to, I mean, in Northumberland, sometimes they put lard because they don't have extra virgin olive oil. There was a time when all fat was lard. You had a pig, and that was what you got your everything from. Right, potatoes. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay those potatoes on top of one another in a sort of a fan shape. Why am I going to do that? Because it will look pretty when we take it out. So that's all we're going to do. First of all is just pop those in there like that. Put some more slices in the middle. All right, more slices in the middle just to cover it up. Now we get an onion. Again, cut the onion up into slices. Break up the slices and put them all over the top. Now, that's the foundation of this dish. It's potatoes and onions, but it's got something else really nice in it. Cheese, cheddar cheese, plain old mousetrap, all right? So grate the cheese over the top. You don't have to crank the oven up for this or anything at all. This is a dish that smells wonderful. All right, now more potatoes. This time it doesn't matter whether you arrange them prettily because these are in the middle. So just plunk them on the top, cover it with potatoes, the cheese and the onions. All right, here we go. And then what else? Some more onion on top of that. Here we go. Onion on the top. Now The only spices they had in England in those days was salt and pepper. So we'll put some pepper on the top of this. We'll put a little bit of salt. Not much, just a little bit, because you always put it on later. All right. And, of course, some more cheese. All right. If only pigs gave milk, that would have been the ultimate animal to have in the kitchen, because we gave everything, meat and fat to cook with, and even fat to rub on your chest when you got a bad cold. More potatoes to finish it. And this time, you can be as pretty as you like. I better cut some more up here. Just slice them up. But see, this is takes about 5 or 6 minutes to get it ready together. Just put that like that. Just put it together. So it's going to look nice when you turn it out, because we're going to cook the whole thing on top of the stove. Oh, another potato here. Slice that up like that. More potato on the top, all around it to look really pretty there. And more on there. Tuck it all in. And that's what you can do. Look at the sound of that. You can hear it, that nice stuff happening, because the heat's up high. Tuck it in there like that. That's it. Now we're going to put a little bit of salt on the top, just to suck the juices out. And then we're going to put the lid on. We're going to turn the heat down to low. If you might have to put a heat diffuser pad underneath it, just to hold it down there, and let it cook very slowly. And it's going to take about 15 minutes to cook. Halfway through it, we're going to turn it over. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't forget, we got that in the pan, that in the oven. Don't go away. Right, now we're gonna do carrots. Right? Braised carrots. Braising vegetables is a good thing to know about. Just because it's got a fancy name, don't worry about it. We're just going to cut the tops off those carrots there, and we'll just do that for now. Come back, and we're going to cut these carrots up into fairly thin pieces. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to braise vegetables. There's no point in me showing you how to braise one vegetable, so we'll braise 3 vegetables. I'll move this lot over here. Before I do that, just have a look at that. And just listen to it. Isn't that great? That's all the cheese melting. Boy, that's comfortable. And the smell. Just take a big... Isn't that nice? Right. I'm going to put that over there so it's out of the way. And crank up that fire there. That one's a light. That one's a light. This one's a light, and this one's a light. So, I'll put 3 of them. Come, stop clicking. Right, 3 pans on. Carrots, we're going to cut up into matchstick sizes. You don't have to be too fussy. If they're great big carrots, then you have to be fussier, but young ones are just great. So, cut up a whole bunch of carrots. All right, and we're going to braise them. Now, braising really means cooking in a covered pan with a little bit of fat. Now the fat can be olive oil or butter. It doesn't really matter. All right, so let's do 2 or 3 different things here. Let's do the carrots with a little bit of butter. Where's the butter? Right, take the fry pan nearest to us, put in a dob of butter. Throw in the carrots into and just let the butter melt around it. Right? Green beans. All right? I'm going to get some green beans. And here's a bit of feta cheese. We'll have a go with that too. We're going to do green beans exactly the same way. But we're not going to cut the green beans up. We just cut the ends off if you want to. And it doesn't matter, because you don't like to eat the green bits off the end. You just nibble off till you got down to them. And then delicately put it on one side of the table. All right, so green beans. This time, instead of butter, we'll use olive oil. A couple tablespoonfuls of olive oil. And green beans. Right, put them into the hot oil. That's all you got to do. I mean, this is braising. It's called braising just to confuse you. Toss it all around to get it in the butter. A little bit of salt, a little bit of salt, a little bit of salt, a little bit of salt. Flavoring, I like to put in with my green beans a little bit of onion. So I'll just peel a bit of onion here quickly. That one doesn't want to peel. And then just cut it up. Throw it in there, in with the carrots, and a little bit more in with the... And these are going to be the freshest vegetables you ever did taste because of the way they're cooked. See, that one we just cubed. Throw it in there. Give it a stir. Here's a spoon. So that the hot oil kisses all those beans. And see them change color. See, they start to go bright green with that bit of salt in there. Carrots. We'll do that. A little bit of butter. All right. Now, we want some ginger, because that's a favorite flavoring of mine. Here's a ginger grater. See? A little bit of root ginger. Nothing like that for vegetables. You put it in both. A bit of extra ginger in there. Now, we have to put the lids on. Here's a couple of lids. It doesn't matter if you've got the wrong size lid. Just put it on there. Cover it up. That one goes like that. Now, we need a little bit of liquid. This is white wine. This is apple juice. A little tiny bit to go in there. We put apple juice in that one. We could have put white wine in. We'll put white wine in this one. We could have put apple juice. I mean, what more? It could be simpler than that. Now, everybody's monster vegetable, broccoli. People terrified of broccoli for some reason or other. I like to just break it up. Cut that bit off there so it breaks down. There. Break the little flowers off. Once again, pan. You want oil or butter? I've got oil in my hand, so that's what you get, right? A bit of oil in with the broccoli. Little bit of hot broccoli into the hot oil, just as much as the pan will hold. And of course, a little bit of salt. You knew that. A little bit of salt just makes it go. Now, a little bit of, what do you want? White wine? Apple juice? White wine? Okay. There we go. Toss it in there. And put the lid on. Again, there we go. Just let it be held down there like that. This one, that's cooking. So what we're going to do now is just let that go. I've got to season everything in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to show you what we do with this pan haggerty. Get hold of it. And here, let me get a cloth to hang on to the handle with. And we'll just take this. Now look, pan haggerty, plate, all right? Put the plate over the top. I haven't done that for years, but that's what I did. I'm not supposed to have done that, but that happens to everybody. So we'll just move that over here, and we'll slide the whole thing back into the pot, because essentially everybody screws up sometimes. It's all right. Put it back in there and let the bottom of it cook like the top. It'll all turn into a pancake. I'm going to put all these bits that fell on the chopping board back in there too. And don't worry. If you make a mistake, you made a mistake. That's all. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Chopping some parsley. All right, now why I'm chopping parsley. First of all, let's get these things out of the oven. There's our gratin. One. Whoops. Put that one there. There's 3 of them, and they're all different vegetables, and they're all bubbling, and they all smell just great because that's just the way they've been cooked. All right. Now, to make them look great, you put a little bit of parsley on the top, just like that. Now, pan haggerty. The one you remember. All right. See, it's all stuck together now, so we just slide that out of the pan. Cheese, lovely stuff. And what do we put on the top of it? Cheese and potatoes, and suddenly it looks spectacular and technicolor. All right. Beans, carrots, broccoli. You don't have to boil all your vegetables to death. Beans, broccoli, look at that. And the carrots we started with. There. All different, bright-looking, nice vegetables. There you are. If you make a mistake, just accept the fact that you made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes, and if you don't make mistakes, you're never going to make anything that's wonderful, ever. So, if you make a mistake, say, I made a mistake, and that's it. Don't apologize. So, vegetables don't have to be boring. Nice stuff we did. Gratins, fancy names, but just plain old vegetables. They just taste good a different way. Me, I'm going to take these up to Mrs. Moskowitz because she likes vegetables.